take
You want soda?
I'll take a cappuccino, please.
Cappuccino? You want espresso or?
Yeah, there's it's a little coffee machine in there that just pumps them out. Yeah.
But
Oh,
you
I
just
thought you were
want a shot?
going upstairs and getting the real stuff.
Well, I'm making it myself.
Oh.
So I'm sitting here with Matt and Max, inXile Entertainment, and yeah, we're talking about Hunted.
Okay.
So first question for all the gamers out there, what is Hunted all about?
Wow. Hunted is a co-op action game set in a dark fantasy world. We're trying to make a modern action game. It's a cover-based action game with ranged attacks and spell attacks and melee attacks with your swords. And we're trying to introduce the action audience to the fantasy genre, because there hasn't been any fantasy games in action really.
Okay.
So we're trying to bring it together.
It's a story of sacrifice and addiction.
That's true.
Addiction sounds good to me.
Yeah.
The story is as dark and twisted as we are.
Okay. Cool. You mentioned co-op. What is so different about Hunted than all the other games out there?
Well, I think for one, the big thing we keep talking about is this concept of co-op at a distance. A lot of the co-op games feel a little bit claustrophobic. You know, the players kind of have to operate tethered together.
Yeah.
What makes co-op games cool is helping each other, but we want to be able to do that without being on top of each other all the time.
Yeah,
I
you
think
always had to be on one screen together. And
yeah, you know, how many times you can run across the room to revive your buddy when he's down before he gets sick and tired of it. So everything we did, from the reviving your player, we do that by, you can toss a potion across the level and revive them, to all the spells and all the special abilities are designed to work together. Like Alora gets an ice arrow. They can shoot at enemies and cause them to freeze in place, and then if Caddick's nearby, he can shatter them in one blow. Caddick has a levitate spell. He can thrust his sword down to the ground and cause all the enemies in the area to rise up into the air, and then she can pick them off really easy. So the spells were designed specifically for the players to be able to work together.
Yeah, it's about giving the players the freedom to really expand the play space, really use the environment, but still be able to work cooperatively, efficiently, far away from each other.
Yeah, and one of the primary things I think is different about the co-op experience that we have is that the characters are very, very different from each other. So Alora has all of her specialties in the bow. She also has a melee weapon that's weaker. Caddick has all of his specialties on his melee, and he has a ranged weapon that's weaker. So because they're so different, you know, you need to work together, and we have the ability to switch which player you're playing as.
Thank you.
Little break.
Is this going to be okay on camera?
That's perfect.
He's going to cut that part out. I'm going to finish answering the question, and suddenly a cup of coffee will magically appear.
Yeah, exactly.
And the voice changes.
Yeah. We're the first co-op game to have the ability to switch characters, only because it's the first time it's really been necessary. You know, when the characters have different abilities, it's really neat to be able to switch over and try the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, and another big thing is, you know, we're the
I can't take you seriously with the coffee in your hand.
Yeah, I know. Hang on, I'm going to put it down.
Coffee is very serious.
This is real life. Welcome.
The first cover-based action game set in a fantasy genre.
Okay. So you're talking about two different protagonists, about abilities and co-op. Is it all about hack and slay, or is there something more to it?
Well, the main thing that we're trying to talk about is the level of exploration. You know, we really like the feeling you used to get from those old dungeon crawling games about getting lost in the dungeons and finding the secret passages and hearing the cryptic riddles from the magic mouth and having to solve them to open up secret doors and find new areas and special weapons and magic items as well.
That's cool. You have a lot of checkpoints in the game. So what can I do there? Do I respawn there when I die, or is
if both players go down but not out, that'll be where you go back to. It's also the point where you can switch from one character to the other. It's also the point where you can allow your buddies to come in and play with you online co-op. So at any checkpoint, you can invite someone in to come play with you.
So while playing offline, you can say, "Hey, buddy, play with me," and
exactly.
That's
He can jump right in.
That's cool. Will there be different characters build up when I play offline or online, or will they be the same?
The best way to think about it is you're playing your single-player game with your characters, and you can allow someone else to come in at any checkpoint and play your character for a while if you want. And then while the main currency in the game for special abilities and skills is the crystals that you find. So you'll collect a series of crystals. You'll have the opportunity to spend those crystals to get special skills and abilities. When the player goes back and ends that game session, they have the option of taking all those crystals that they found during that gameplay time back and spending them on their own characters in their own game, if they want to. The hardcore players will just throw them away and have to do it the hard way, but if you want to have that advantage, we want to reward you for taking that time to go play co-op.
That sounds great. And when is the release of Hunted? When it's
Q1 next year.
Yep.
Okay. That's all. Thank you, Max.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Matt.
Nice seeing you.
And have a nice coffee.
Thank you.